Alright, so this is a matchup that is abnormal, because usually this one is a really easy matchup. But I was testing out a new build, and so I keep the hand, because I got bridge, duress, I got all sorts of cool stuff, right? And I go with it. I go ahead and play the Spellbomb, because it is a one-lane hand, and remember I got greedy last time, so I figure if all else fails, I can just sack the Spellbomb to draw more cards. So I duress. Come on, MTGO, you can do it. I grab that Karn. My opponent's on red-green Tron. And I use Spellbomb to draw, and I draw into a Pithing Needle. I'm like, oh, sweet. So now my opponent also had a Oblivion Stone, so I pull that off. Make it so it's not happening. And because I got Spell Scout anyway, so if my opponent has a Karn, I'm okay. My opponent just concedes at this point after I get the Inquisition off. And we go to game 2. Now here, my opponent does something that is really strange to me. So I like this hand. You know, I got all sorts of land. I got Welding Jar, so I mean, it might have been better not to keep it because I have so many land. But whatever, I'm like sure. Because if my opponent does kill everything, I have Ruins, and I do have Ghost Quarter to disrupt. So here I go with the Stirrings. Hey, look, a needle. So I grab it. And yeah. So I named Karn first. Because I know that even if my opponent got Tron, he or she would not be able to do Oblivion Stone next turn. And even if my opponent did do Oblivion Stone, I could just recur it with the Ruins. Or just, use Welding Guard to keep it alive. Notice again, I did not tap out for Bridge because I wanted to make sure I can recur the Welding Jar if I had to, in case my opponent plays an Oblivion Stone. And I don't play out my Glimmer Voids because I don't want my opponent to clear my board if he or she is able to wipe out my stuff. My opponent's drawing like crazy. So there's that stone. Yeah, I go ahead and draw a card, hoping to draw into another needle. It didn't happen though. So my opponent plays Yugen. I'm like, oh no! Yugen has helped Tron so much. Because now I'm on a clock. So go into the duress. Don't have anything, but I'm just hoping my opponent decides to try to pop that Oblivion Stone. So I can just extract all of them and be okay. Because then all I need to do is land a needle on Yugen and I'm okay. Instead, I draw a Decay. My opponent decides to put a counter on Crucible, so I'm able to kill the stone and extract all of them. Now, and I wait until they draw to do the extract, in case my opponent draws another Oblivion Stone. Now, here, see the library, I take a good look. I see 2 Grudges and 3 Nature's Claims. And I'm like, holy crap, my opponent sided in like all of those against me, so that's not good. I was not happy about that. So at this, I got really, really worried because now my opponent has so many cards to threaten me with. But I take out what I can, whatever. And I'm just hoping my Ruins will keep me alive long enough. And that I draw into something other than lands here now. But I draw more lands. Ghost Quarter doesn't do anything for me now thanks to that Crucible. So, and my opponent ultimates Yugen. And at this point I'm like, oh crap, my opponent has probably got a whole lot of enchantment removal. And my opponent's smart here. Plays a Spell Scout. So now I have to, if I want to pop my Welding Jar, then he can make me target the Spell Scout. And I try it anyways, but my opponent is smart and redirects it. So now he can just exile the Karn and swing and win. So, yeah, game 3. Again, I know at this point my opponent has a ton of artifact removal, and I'm like, okay, maybe this time, I'll go for it if I can like maybe surgical extract some of that removal. So I'm happy about this ruins on top. Of course, oh, come on now, GGO, stop being silly. I see a needle on top. I'm not happy about the spell sky on top. I'll go ahead and play the bridge now, because I don't want to play the needle without doing an Inquisition and getting a good look first. The only thing my opponent would have been able to play that would have threatened me there was a Karn, and I have Spellskite to protect my bridge. So now I have another needle on top, which is awesome. So I Inquisition, I see an Ugin. I'm like, crap. So I didn't name Ugin because Spellskite stops Ugin. And I name Oblivion Stone just in case. And my opponent goes to try to do the Karn, and I make a redirect to Spellskite. DGO is, oh, come on now. DGO is a little crappy on this computer, so it's unfortunate. So yeah, I lay another needle, this time on Karn, just try to stop that. Come on, MTGO, you can do it, buddy. There we go. Okay, so I name it on Karn. So now I just have to worry about Ugin. If I can stop Ugin, I'll be okay. So I need to really hope. Yeah, I decided to try to kill that. And because I really want to force my opponent to pull the trigger, so I decided I'm going to use Ghost Quarter to shuffle up my opponent's library to stop that Nature's Claim. And it just shuffles right back to another Nature's Claim, so I have to sack my Lantern to get rid of it. And opponent draws Ugin. Or not draws, plays Ugin. Like, okay, so let's try a Duress. And there's no targets. Slowly doing the ultimate on Ugin again. Opponent gets that Spellskite again, just to turn off all of my welding jars. That ult was not what I wanted to see at all. And opponent ultimates Ugin, and at this point I'm like, crap. I know that my opponent's got some sort of artifact removal. And hey, look at that, he does. And that's a game, because now, the game's over. So, yeah, I concede. So it's the rare, like, I lost to a red-green Tron. That doesn't happen very often, but it happens, I guess, Especially when they pack so much artifact hate. Oh well.